The new iPhone season is almost upon us, and this one seems to be the most anticipated iPhone series since the iPhone 6. We've been hearing rumors about them well before the iPhone 13 models were released last year, and there are some significant changes planned for Apple's newest phones. So sit tight as we bring you everything you need to know about the upcoming iPhone 14 series. Hello and welcome to Krrazzy Tech. Here we discuss the latest tech gadgets and inventions. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the notification bell. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up, and if you ever have any concerns, questions, or opinions about the video, don't be shy. Just leave a comment down below. Now let's get into the video. Size options. The 5.4-inch iPhone mini will no longer be produced by Apple starting this year because of the fact that it was not well received by buyers. Based on rumors, we are expecting to see a 6.1-inch iPhone 14, a 6.1-inch iPhone 14 Pro, a 6.7-inch iPhone 14 Max, and a 6.7-inch iPhone 14 Pro Max. Apple is expected to focus on larger iPhone series for its flagship products moving ahead after seeing weak iPhone mini sales. Buy to the notch? Since 2017, iPhones with Face ID have had a notch at the front to hold all the components required for facial scanning. However, in what is definitely the biggest iPhone change in the past 5 years, we are finally about to see the end of the notch. It is believed that the notch will be replaced by a new design in the 2022 iPhone 14 Pro models. After some time of conflicting rumors, it appears that Apple will choose a design that combines a pill-shaped cutout to house the essentials of Face ID with a circular hole punch cutout for the camera. Some Face ID hardware may possibly be integrated under the iPhone's display, which would reduce the size of the necessary cuts and increase the amount of front-facing screen real estate. Nevertheless, the combined size of the two cutouts is not significantly larger than the conventional notch, so don't expect much additional usage display space. The normal iPhone 14 and 14 Max models will have conventional notches and will basically look like the iPhone 13 models. Only the iPhone 14 Pro models will have a different front-facing camera configuration. Display. Almost every early iPhone 14 speculations claimed that all 4 of the models that will be released in 2022 would feature ProMotion displays, with refresh rates as high as 120Hz, but it appears that won't be the case. Display analyst Ross Young believes Apple would likely limit ProMotion technology to the iPhone 14 Pro versions due to a shortage of the required panels. Young has made it plain that he thinks the iPhone 14 Pro will continue to offer 120Hz refresh rates. The iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max are also believed to be the first devices to welcome the always-on display technology. Body design and colors. The iPhone 14 models are expected to have the same flat-edged appearance as the iPhone 13 variants. Leaker John Prosser previously claimed that Apple would introduce a thicker chassis with no rear camera bump and round volume buttons, but this doesn't appear to be the case as later rumors and part leaks have proved him wrong. Also, instead of a stainless steel frame, the iPhone 14 Pro variants might have a titanium frame. Titanium is more scratch resistant and it's stronger than both steel and aluminum, plus it's more corrosion resistant. Unconfirmed rumors suggest that the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Pro may be available in purple. Although it hasn't been confirmed, the rumor suggests that the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Pro models would come in a purple color with a special finish that changes tone depending on the lighting. If the purple rumor is true, Apple may introduce the same hue for the basic iPhone and Pro models in 2022, but in slightly different shades. While the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max are expected to be offered in graphite, gold, silver, and purple, the iPhone 14 and 14 Max are expected to be offered in black, white, blue, red, and purple. Cooling. High-end iPhone models starting in 2022 are probably going to be using a vapor chamber thermal technology, which Apple is allegedly aggressively testing. Because of their more powerful chips and quicker 5G connection rates, high-end iPhones will need the VC thermal system, vapor chamber cooling technology, which keeps a device cooler when it is under a lot of stress, is already employed in smartphones like Samsung and Razer and LG. Although it is unknown whether the vapor chamber thermal system will satisfy Apple's exacting standards, the company is attempting to improve it, and high-end models of the upcoming phones may use it. If you're enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe and turn on the post notifications for more videos like this. Camera. This is probably the most anticipated aspect of every new iPhone for both enthusiasts and haters. And of course, the iPhone 14 is no exception to the premise that new iPhones always come with better cameras. The ultra-wide camera on all 2022 iPhone models will most likely be improved, and the wide-angle and telephoto cameras on the iPhone 14 Pro versions will both get considerable upgrades. There are also rumors that there will be a 48-megapixel wide camera, which would be a significant upgrade over the present 12-megapixel camera, and 8K video recording capabilities are expected to be included in the 2022 Pro iPhone models, according to Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo. By using a processing known as pixel binning, the 48-megapixel camera in the iPhone 14 Pro models will also be able to capture 12-megapixel images. For increased low-light sensitivity, pixel binning combines data from several smaller pixels onto the image sensor of the camera into one super pixel. With this function, the iPhone 14 Pro models may be able to capture 48-megapixel images in their entirety in well-lit conditions, but in low-light conditions they would employ the pixel binning technique to produce a better 12-megapixel image that still makes use of the 48-megapixel lens. Additionally, the 8K video recording feature will enable the iPhone to record videos and images that are better suited for augmented and mixed reality devices like the AR/VR headset that Apple is developing, as well as videos and images that will provide a better user experience when playback on an 8K display or TV. The 48-megapixel wide lens and 8K video recording will only be available on the Pro models, of course. The normal iPhone 14 models will have a less advanced camera system. All of the iPhone 14 models that will be released this year are expected to have updated front cameras with bigger f1.9 apertures and focusing features. In order to take clearer, more detailed pictures with better depth of field, a wider aperture would allow more light to travel past the lens and onto the sensor. Also, an enhancement to autofocus is expected. This update would provide better focus changes during video chats. A16 chip. Normally, a new A-series chip is always included in new versions of the iPhone, but Apple may buck tradition this year. Claims by Apple expert Ming-Chi Kuo suggest that only the iPhone 14 Pro versions will have the new and faster A16 chip. A significant distinction between the Pro and non-Pro iPhones will be made in 2022, according to Kuo, who claims that the standard iPhone 14 models will continue to use the same A15 Bionic that is in the iPhone 13 models. This rumor has also been confirmed by other sources. Kuo claims that the A16 processor may only be a marginal improvement over the A15 chip. Improvements are limited because the chip is anticipated to be produced using the same N5P process as the A15 chip. Mass manufacturing of next-generation N3 and N4P fabrication methods won't start until 2023. The N4 process was created by TSMC, an Apple chip supplier, but according to Kuo, it offers no appreciable advantages above N5P. Hence, Apple will continue to use N5P for the A16, according to Kuo. The A16 upgrade is more of a marketing ploy than a substantive advancement. No physical SIM slot. This is another big change that we might be seeing very soon on the iPhone 14 lineup. Apple may go to an eSIM-only design with the iPhone 14 models, which might eliminate the need for a physical SIM slot. According to reports, Apple has advised major US carriers to get ready for the 2022 release of eSIM-only handsets. This raises the possibility that some iPhone 14 models would be the first to come without a SIM card slot. Apple offered some iPhone 13 units without a nano SIM in the package. Cellular plans might be activated using an eSIM instead. Cellular plans can be added to a smartphone utilizing an eSIM rather than a nano SIM. Since eSIM technology isn't accessible everywhere, some regions, iPhones will still require to have a nano SIM slot. It may be optional in nations where a SIM-free iPhone is offered, allowing customers to still select a model that includes a SIM. Launching date. If past launch schedules are any indication, Apple will most likely unveil the iPhone 14 models at an event in September 2022. The first or second week of September is when the majority of iPhone events take place. There is a chance that one of the next gadgets will be delayed or out of stock when it launches, as at least one iPhone 14 model is 3 weeks behind schedule as a result of pandemic-related delays in China. According to rumors, the 6.7-inch iPhone 14 Max is now behind schedule, but Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo claims that the company has everything under control, and that its suppliers are working extra hard to make up the time. According to rumors, Apple began testing iPhone 14 OLED panels on June 20th in preparation for mass production. Component shipments for other parts started in June, and mass production on the component is scheduled to start between July and August. In order to prepare for the manufacturing of the iPhone 14, Foxconn is increasing hiring and rewarding hires who stay with the company for at least 4 months with bonuses. That's everything we know about the upcoming iPhone 14 model. What do you think about these rumpus? Which of these are you most excited to see on the new phones? Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below.